just back at the drum studio in London. We're going to be finishing this over the next 2 days. This is the garage studio we've been working on. Let's have a little look at the storage area first at the front. So this is the bit that we've made into the storage area. There's a couple of things in here that we've got. The consumer unit for the whole studio. Got a socket there which is powering the electric door. We have got the fan, which is the exhaust fan, so that's drawing air out of the room. Let's go and have a look inside the actual studio itself. So we've got quite far on with this. Here's Mr. PJ. Hello. Yeah. So last time, and we didn't actually do a video on this, but we got the room sprayed up. Obviously, we did the plastering, got it all sprayed up. We've had all the electrics done. So we got sockets, we've got a light bank here, one here. We've got our fan ducting that goes to there with the sort of, they're gonna have grills on. There's one on the other side where PJ's gonna point to. Yeah. We've got our lighting bank there. Door's gonna come out, so we're gonna have to drop the bricks on this by one layer. We've got the window here, which this board's gonna come off. Obviously we've cut that out, that's gonna have the window on the other side. We're gonna have to make up the window because it was bigger initially. So this is gonna come out, this plastic, and then we're gonna sort of use some cladding to go around the new window to fill that in. We've also got a vent hole we've cut in for the intake of air, which is gonna come through here. So on the earlier video, we discussed where that was gonna go, and obviously it's gonna come out there. So yeah, it's pretty cold, isn't it, PJ?
It's that cold.
So
from Wales and we expect a bit of warmth.
The winter has come. So we're gonna get set up now and we shall bring you guys back a little bit later on. Start by installing the corner bass traps, which are positioned around 200mm off the ceiling. I mark the position of the bracket holes with a pencil and then using a T20 Torx bit make a hole in the 2 layers of plasterboard so I can insert a red plug. Once the 3 corner bass traps are installed, I continue with the single landscape panel on the rear wall, followed by the remaining portrait panels on the 2 side walls. I complete the job by installing the remaining panel under the window. There is such a massive difference in the sound of the room with these panels installed. Okay guys, that's the acoustic panels done. We're gonna have a look at those in a second. We've also had PJ's been working on the vent ducting, which is the duct that's gonna bring air back into the studio. It's kind of the duct. It was a little bit of a tight one. Even when we were sort of putting it in originally, like the pipe work, so it's all pretty tight, but it's working. So what he's going to do now is start working on this window, so we'll get to that shortly, but let's just have a little look at the acoustic panels and the ducting that PJ's done. So it's already started to sound more studio like in here. These panels are 125 by 65. These are finished in the Cara fabric lead colour. We've got 6 of the portrait panels, we've got 2 landscape, and we've got 3 of the corner bass traps, the corner triangle bass traps. That's starting to really come together. So we're just working on this window, which is kind of a little bit more complicated because we're reducing the size of the original window to this size. So on this size, we've built the wall 120 by 50, I believe. And then on this side, obviously it was a lot bigger. So we've got a frame that we're going to set back. So we've got some larch cladding, which is painted up in black, which will frame around the window. Yeah. And then the ducting that PJ was working on, that is actually under here. You might have seen that on a previous video. And obviously have a vent on it in the ceiling, or a vent grill. So that's actually going through there, and that's coming out of that 4-inch hole that I did last time, which I didn't actually video, but I did a 4-inch hole through the brickwork. So yeah, that's all taking shape. So we'll crack on with the window now. Me and PJ are going to work on that together, and we'll bring you guys back a little bit later on. So an easy way to reduce the size of an existing window opening in something like a garage studio is to install 4x2 stud work and use cladding to fill into the new window. The main thing here is to make sure everything is nice and tight and to ensure each layer is correctly corked in. We use some general purpose silicone for this job. Once timber is all done, we add 2 layers of rock wool to the inner and outer walls to make sure no sound will escape in this area. Getting it in. Just to explain what we're doing here, guys, we've got the outer sort of timber, which is going to have a breathable membrane on, then cladding, and then obviously the window. PJ's just put that in. We're literally like 2 mil bigger than the window opening here to there, so that should slot in. Got insulation in between, insulation on the outside. Obviously that's the in the room. We've just put that there to stop any dust going in. So what we need to do now is staple in the breathable membrane. But what we'll do first actually is put some silicone around here just to seal it. Breathable membrane over the top, then we've got some larch cladding that we'll put on top of that, and then we can inset our window slightly into there. So we're hoping that when we set this up, we've got a couple of mil, we can get some silicone on the outside as well. Hopefully that's worked, PJ, eh? So we'll get some silicone on now, and then I'll breathe the membrane, then we'll bring you back for the cladding.
Hanging around after last orders, still so far from home. It's like we're burning into embers.
Right guys, the moment of truth is PJ's done all his equations right. This should just slot in, shouldn't it?
As the days keep rolling on,
Yeah,
we're living in hell again.
that's good.
Now we know the window is a good fit, I can add some expanding foam, which is great for making sure the window doesn't move over time, and also to ensure sound doesn't leak through in this area.
Time goes by.
Gooey! Oh, look at that studio in there. Very nice. Right, I'm just going to let that go off, and then we'll get our cladding on here.
Got the feeling in your bones, make you feel right at home. Honey, does it well.
Okay guys, so we've just come to the fiddly cuts and realised we haven't got our track saw with us, so we're going to see if we can try and borrow one from the plumber who's working here. Fingers crossed, but let's see. Because we're struggling really, we've got like a thin cut to do there, and obviously this kind of bit around the window as well, so don't want to kind of rush that or be doing that with a multi-tool or something. So yeah, hopefully we can borrow something, but we'll bring you guys back shortly. Okay guys, we're just back at the studio this morning, just before we have a quick look around to see where we got up to yesterday. Big shout out to Al Strange, who donated some money on our Buy Me a Coffee page, and this is one of the coffees that we have bought with that money. So thank you to Al Strange for buying us a coffee, and if anyone else wants to buy us a coffee, obviously it keeps us going when we're doing jobs, obviously helps the channel, keeps PJ awake, so doesn't it, PJ? Yeah. So it's you know, it's really good. So thank you for all the donations on our Buy Me a Coffee page, and if you want to donate anything, any money for coffee, then links in the description. Thanks guys, let's have a little look around and see where we got up to last night. Okay, so obviously yesterday we got all the panels up, we've got the underlay in, ready for the carpet. Obviously all the electrics are done, sounds great in here. We got the window roughly in place, that's got to come out, we've got to give that another clean on the inside, and we've got a bit of rock wool in the corner there, so we need to get that out. So this isn't fixed in yet, this is going to come out. On the outside, we did the finishing of the window. We actually forgot to bring our saw, so we had to borrow a jigsaw off the plumber, which actually worked pretty well. So this is just the original window we filled in. We've got a few bits of caulking to do around with some black silicone, so around the window and around the sort of frame. So that's got to get done. So I think first job's that. Going to get that inner window cleaned up. And then I think we're going to have to tackle the doors, PJ, aren't we? So we've got some bits of insulation to go around here. So we've got all that to do. We've got this frame and door to get out. The other door's going to be actually opening the other way. So this is going to come from this side. So we've got that door to come out and the frame to get in. So that's going to be a bit of work. We've also got to take a couple of bricks out. Just gonna have to work out how to do that. And then we've got an inner door frame to go in, and then once that's all done, we can get the carpet in, skirting board and all the trims.
Home.
And then get home. So we'll get cracking, guys, and we'll bring you guys back in a few minutes.
Make sure when installing the window that the glass is nice and clean, and when pushing the window in, make sure parcels insulation do not drop into the window cavity. Here we use a hoover to clean around the window opening. We make sure the insulation doesn't get trapped as it's pushed home. I finished the install by using a combination of silicone on the smaller gaps and expanding foam where needed. The window frame is also secured with 4 T25 torque screws in each corner.
Just touching up some of the holes we've made to secure the frame. We've put expanding foam around this as well. I think I'm going to do some bits on the outside now, just in terms of caulking.
What am I doing?
PJ's doing some
Other than having my 16th cup of hot
stuff
milk
around
today.
here, aren't you, mate?
Am I?
Yeah.
What am I doing around there? Oh no. No.
Well, to be fair, might be better leaving that. Well, yeah, you might have to do a bit. Sorry. You love Rockwool?
No.
Okay guys, that's the window and all the archy around. We've still got to do a little bit of sanding and painting of that, but that's all in. PJ's now sorting the hinges out on the door, which is great. We've just realised that the handles have not been delivered, so we've had to get some express delivered from Screwfix. I'm going to be working on the door opening now. So we've got the frame here, which we pre-painted. Hopefully that's going to slot in here. So we're going to get the inner door in first, and then so we're not letting all the heat out. So we'll get that in, and I'll keep the camera running so you can see how that goes in. But yeah, hopefully once the hinges are on, we can get this hung and obviously ready for the next stage.
When installing the door into the frame, I start by measuring the position of the hinges on the door and then transferring this information onto the frame. This makes it easier to hang the door. I normally add a single screw to each of the 3 hinges before checking the door is good in terms of clearance at the top and the bottom. Once happy with the position of the door, I can continue by installing the remaining screws into the hinges and then plenty of screws into the frame.
See how quickly we can get this door out. Okay guys, we haven't done a video update for a little bit, probably about 3 hours. We've been really working hard trying to get this studio finished before it gets dark. We've managed to get the doors on, so these are all fitting now. That was quite an effort because we had to take the old door out and obviously build this all up. We've got a light in there and sort of bits of trim and all that sort of stuff. We've also had a bit of a disaster with the handles because the first delivery of handles that got, or ironmonger that got delivered here a couple of days ago, we came to put the handles on, they weren't in the order, so we had to get some from Screwfix on a 60-minute delivery, and they've come and they're not great, so we're going to have to come back at some point and replace those anyway. But the second lot of handles, there was only one side, so we've had to order some more. So it's all come to test us. Let's just have a little look inside. It's all kind of looking pretty good. Just waiting for this to go off so then we can put some trim around the door. Obviously this needs painting again as well. Got the inner door, waiting for a handle. So we had one side, so we've had to use that for that door. So we had to get a completely different handle now because we didn't have any in stock. This is all kind of working pretty well. Got PJ, we actually got the heater going in there, so that's good. PJ just finishing off some door seals from around the door. We've got some bits around here to finish. Obviously architrave to put on, skirting board, carpet. It's getting on a bit. What time is it now, Peach?
No idea, I don't want to know.
No, but he's getting on. He's getting on. But, you know, we should get it done. We'll give you a bit more of an update later on, guys. I think we're going to have to just switch the camera off and just try and sort of go at this without sort of filming too much. So we'll bring you guys back later, hopefully when we're ready to put the carpet in. Thanks for watching. See you in a bit. Okay, guys, we've finished the studio. Bit of a late finish, 6:45. We've still got a 5-hour drive back to the northwest. The North Wales is probably snowing, isn't it, PJ?
It is snowing, yeah.
Yeah, it's gone really cold. So we thought we'd just give you a quick look round. We didn't capture a lot of the last bits because we've just been working flat out all day since 8 o'clock this morning. So we've done a good 11-hour stint, but it's paid off and we've got a really great room. So we're going to show you inside. It's obviously too dark outside to show you any of the window or any of the features and the doors outside, but let's just run down the features inside the room. Okay, so this is white paint, and we've obviously got a satin black finish on all the skirting board and the doors. We've got our multi-layer glass window system, so that's got 8 layers of glass in it. We've got our sand-filled doors, so we've got an inner door and obviously an outer door, which we haven't quite shut at the moment because we're still waiting for the paint to dry. We have got the acoustic panels, which we've got 6 portrait, and these are in Cara lead colour. So we've got 6 of those, and we've got a landscape panel there and one under the window. Then we've got 3 corner bass traps. So we've got 1 here and then 2 at the end of the room. We've got multi-way spots, so 4-way spots, which one set there, one set there. We've got a couple of bulbs missing, we need to get those. We've got around 7 sockets across the perimeter of the room. Other side of this wall is a storage area, which is where the client is going to store some
areas.
Going to store some stuff, shall we say. I don't know what it is.
Top secret security.
Exactly, we can't disclose what it is, but yeah, probably a washing machine and a tumble dryer. So what else we've got? Oh yeah, so we've got our bank of lights. So we've got the fan here, so we switch that on. You might hear that on the camera, obviously with it off.
We can barely hear it.
So turn that off. So you can hear it super quiet in here. Obviously turn that on. So there's a ducting here. If you remember from earlier on in the video series, the ducting goes from here right to the other end of that wall into the storage area. And that's drawing air out of the room, so it's sucking air out of the room, and then that's going to be blowing it back in, PJ. Yeah, you can just about see. Oh, did that again? You just... Yeah. And this will only work when the door is closed because it creates a vacuum. So that's got air coming out of there. It's very, very slow, but that does about 180 cubic meters an hour. Earth rated doggy bags. Just that should be showing a bit of sucking there, PJ. Let's have a look.
Indeed.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Okay, so that's the fan. That's amazing. Okay, I think that's pretty much it from the studio.
That's all from us.
Let's turn the camera around. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, guys, on this drum studio in London. We have really enjoyed working here. The guys that we've been working for have been absolutely magic and looking after us with coffees all day.
Caramel wafers.
All sort of nice treats and stuff, so thanks so much to them. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, because that really helps the channel. And also, we're trying to get to 2,000 subscribers before Christmas, so we need about another 300. So if you're watching still now, please like and subscribe, and obviously make any comment, because that sort of helps the channel and the videos.
Get to that number.
Then we go big.
And we go for a curry with us, the 2,000th person.
Maybe we could arrange that. Anyway, don't forget to like button and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. Peace out.